Good evening and welcome to American Alive on this Friday, March 8th. As usual, Bruce, we have a lot on tap for tonight's show.
Yes, we do. Jim McKenna on relationships, part 2 in a series, Obstacles in Good Relationships. We'll also be asking the general manager today, and we do invite your telephone calls. You might want to be thinking ahead as to what you want to ask about American Cablevision. The new telephone number, incidentally, to pass along right now is 524-7793. Take note, 524-7793, and we have our news and sports as well.
Also tonight, Sharon Hope will be here. She'll bring you the second part of her 3-part series on alcoholism and drug abuse. We'll have Charlene LaVenture talking about the Wellness Symposium that will be at Umsel tomorrow. And I'll be back later on in the show to bring you the on-cable report.
But first, a look ahead to the upcoming Senior Olympics. Here's Warren Stewart on seniors.
Tonight, my guest is alicemattei, volunteer extraordinaire.
Okay.
Alice, you are a member of CORE, Missouri Baptist Hospital, Mary Kimbrough Writers Club, and you do so many varied things. Are you ever at home?
No, I'm a professional volunteer, and my husband, when I walk in, asks me to fill out a name tag.
What do you do out in Missouri Baptist Hospital?
They've got me, I just started, and they've got me on special projects. And I went in and evaluated a position to see if they could use a volunteer in it. I did that for them. And the admitting desk. But they promised to match me with work I can do and would enjoy. You have to enjoy it or they don't want you to come.
That's a good idea. You're also a special projects volunteer for CORE. What does that entail?
Well, that includes cable TV and training at American Cable. And it's nice to be in front of the camera instead of behind it.
You love that, don't you?
Oh, yes. I'm enjoying it so much.
You're also a member of the Mary Kimbrough Writers Club.
Yes, we hope to be able to get more messages out in the field of aging and about the projects that CORE sponsors. Most people don't know exactly all the things that CORE does, so we hope to be able to get articles and advertise more or less what CORE does.
How many people are in that?
I think about 10.
About 10. Are they professionals or ex-professionals? Or?
Oh, most of them are. They're much better than I am. They've done this or, you know, written for one of the daily newspapers or something like that. I don't know why they want me.
You're a volunteer also on this program, American Alive.
Yes, and that's the part I wait for all the time. I enjoy it so much.
Once you get bit by that bug.
Oh, but it's the bonus that I have that I didn't expect to have was to spend my time with so many young people. Keeps me young, especially with my children living out of town.
Alice, the way you go all around every place, you're never going to get old. You won't have time to get old.
I refuse.
I don't blame you. You also, not only you, but the CORE personnel and volunteers, also have a program that's going to start on American Alive. They call it Seniorsville.
Seniorville, USA. It's an upcoming show. I want you to all watch for it, and we're going to start preparing for it and taping next week.
What kind of programs are they going to be?
It will interest everyone over 60. Maybe if you're 50. We'll have sports. We'll have health. We'll have the usual. But it's information we want to get out to our crowd.
Senior citizens.
That's right.
And it has to do with almost any kind of help that they may need.
Oh, yes. And mostly we want the word to get out what CORE can do for you. CORE has over 800 volunteers. CORE could not operate without their volunteers. And over 800 volunteers. And it's older residents who volunteer to help other older residents. That's the nicest. In fact, it's written in a national magazine, if you have to grow old, the best place to do it is St. Louis County, Missouri.
Because there are so many.
There's so many volunteers helping other volunteers. It's the best place to be.
And there's so many varied projects.
The CORE
there's something that'll interest you.
Or help you.
Or help you, yes.
They have transportation where if you need transportation to your doctor and you can't get a bus or Oates bus or you can't afford a taxi, I'll come take you. And while I'm taking you, you tell me your screen door is falling off. I'll say, oh, well, we have a handyman program. Now, these are volunteers helping. Mm-hmm. We have retired lawyers. You have to qualify financially for that. And let me think. Now, we have many more, and I'm at a loss right now. Those are the ones that interest me the most. They'll come tell you you need a deadbolt lock or you need to secure this window, crime prevention.
And they have people that can handle almost
anything. They are all volunteers. Some of the programs say legal assistance. You must qualify financially for that.
Some of those programs you don't have to pay for at all. I mean, on the legal.
No. First place, you can't really afford to. Yes, in some of the programs, suppose I take you to the doctor. You really can't afford a cab fare, but you would like to do something. You wouldn't pay me or tip me. That's not why I do it. I'm getting more back than I'm giving. But if you want to make a small donation to CORE, you can.
And what do they do with that? They just help?
Helps the program because, you know, with the budget cuts and all, there's never enough money.
Mm-hmm. You said take you to the doctor. Supposing I have to go to the bank, will they do that?
You know, I don't really know.
Yes, they do.
I don't really know that. Yeah, I know they won't just take you shopping or something like that.
Well, they have other different programs, but they will take you to the bank and they'll take you to the doctor.
Oh, will they? I didn't know that.
Yes, and it's...
and I know if I drive up to your house and there are 3 cars sitting in the driveway, then I really shouldn't be taking you to the doctor. It's like that. It works that way. Yes. Your family or whoever should find the time to do that for you.
Well, yeah.
There are too many other people that need it.
Sure.
You know.
People that are able and also able financially shouldn't come into your program
Now,
at all.
I don't do transportation simply because all my life I've had a relative that needed it, and I do it for her. You know, one day maybe I'll have time for that. I'm too busy right now.
I know you are. I know. There's so many different programs, and I hope that the people that are watching our program, if their financial burdens are too much, and they call CORE, and they have almost any kind of problem, they can help them solve it.
I tell you one thing they do that's just great. Someone who's recently widowed, and somehow it's always more widows than widowers, they'll help you with tax assistance. And these are people who retire. They want to keep busy. They've got the expertise, so they'll help these women. A woman walked in with a shopping bag of papers, didn't know what to do, very confused. And so they help her. And as I say, volunteers always get back more than they give.
One thing that impresses me a lot is part of your program, too. There's a lot of older people that can't hardly ever get out. And
we have a telephone reassurance. And it's not like, I know a 94-year-old woman, and when they call her in the morning to see if she's okay, she'll say, I didn't have a stroke during the night. Why don't you go do something else? You're too busy. But the others, yes, it is a reassurance. You call them. There is someone checking on them. There's someone who's glad they're still alive. You know that feeling some people get when they're shut in.
Yes. I hope these people that are watching this, we've enlightened them a lot. And also, I would like to know that if they have any talented neighbors or relatives, give us a call at 524-7793 and let us know their names, and we'll get them on there and interview them just like we are Alice. And we'll have you watch for us next week. Stay tuned for more American Live.